Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got yet another video here for you. This is gonna be the swim jig and fluke setup. So I have my two reels and my rods that we're gonna show. Gonna get them spooled up. I'll show you what baits, hooks, all that stuff that I'm throwing on there. First things first though, we'll start with the reels, which, like I said, I ordered the exact same reels for both, which I went with the Shimano's SLX 150 HGs right hand retrieve. I believe these are both 7 to, I think these are both like the 7:2 gear ratio. Yeah, 7:2 to 1 gear ratios. So here's the first reel. So I have the nicer version of the one Shimano on my jig, or no, it's on my Texas rig ready. So that's why I went with these. Never had any issues with them yet. First rod I went with is the 7.4 medium heavy moderate fast Heater series rod. That was made by one of the 6 Cents guys, Justin Royale. As you can see, has this little accented 6 Cents like teal decal right there, and then you obviously see it says Heater series, or Heater right there. Nice grip as always from 6 Cents. So that is the first rod, and like I said, that'll be for my swim jig setup now. And then this next one right here is the Heater series rod. Again, only variant is this is a 7.2. Same thing though, medium heavy, moderate fast. So we are gonna get these balls spooled up with 15-pound Seagar fluorocarbon. So that'll be that, along with obviously the two same reels of the Shimano 1500 SLX 7:2 1 gear ratios. And then after I get these spooled up, I will kind of go through of how I rigged my baits and exactly like what baits I'm going to start throwing on them anyway. Not exactly, you know, obviously it might change after a while, but at least I'm going to start with these certain colorways and everything for my next fishing, or next time I go fishing. Also, after this video, I have quite a few more packages coming in from 6 Cents. I have a couple bait chambers and I ordered a bunch of like rattle traps for kind of like the later August, September season, along with a couple more jerk baits, because I do have a new jerk bait set up as well. So, because obviously once the weather temps kind of cool off, that'll be like another really good technique to throw for like dying shad and bait fish and stuff like that. So you guys will see those videos of everything I ordered. I think it's like I have 4 or 5 packages coming from them, and I also ordered some stuff from Guggen Squad, so I'll show you that opening as well. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of rig these rods up real quick. Probably won't talk much while we do it. I'll just kind of videotape it here and there, and then I'll come back kind of like at the end of the video and then just show you guys my rigging process for the baits. So first bait I'm spooling up here is going to be the weightless fluke setup. So the hook that I'm running on this, let's see here, it's probably going to be my 3/0 offset hook. So all I do for that is feed it through, but kind of pull it a good distance, and then what I usually do is I pinch at the top, and then I'll spin the hook around 8 to 10 times, give or take. And then I'll kind of use that loop that's down toward the base of the knot, like right where the hook is. I'll kind of pull that open, take the tag end, and I'll feed it through, kind of bite one piece usually, and then basically I'm doing this from there. So I'm just cinching it right down to the hook, pulling out tight, making sure that knot's on there, and then just cutting the tag in, and then she's ready to rock and roll. So, and then I can go and get the bait. I have a bunch of different colors to throw. I'll go grab a few examples of the colors I'm gonna throw real quick. So some of the colors I'm gonna throw first is the Watermelon Candy Magic from 6 Cents. The actual like flush 5.2 soft plastic jerk bait. And then I also have just a bunch of older ones. Not sure what color they are, but this one's kind of like a white and green with black speckled flukes that I'll be using. I'm gonna have a couple silver and blue specks, and then of course I just have the old solid whites to go through. So I'll be throwing all those colors on there to start out with. I'm not really gonna rig one up right now because I'm not gonna have one. I'm not gonna be necessarily fishing with it soon, so I'm just gonna have it hooked up and ready to go at least. So, but yeah, that'd be that setup. So pretty excited to use that for the first time. So I'll make sure my settings are good to go on here. So yeah, dragons. Some issues with the drag here, but I think we got them resolved. So that rod is now fully set up, spooled, and the hook is just will sit there, be ready to go for when I need it. Next one we got will be the this will be my like chatterbait and swim jig setup. And the first color I'm deciding to go with, I can't remember the exact color, but it's a 6 Cents bait. It's the chartreuse and black swim jig. So it's pretty much like just a yellow and chartreuse color. And then the trailer that I'm pairing that up with was just the all black stroker crawl. Figured it's the only real trailer that fitted that really well. So I'll show you how I put the trailer on first, and then I'll rig the actual bait on. So grab out one of our stroker crawls here. And I kind of look to see like how long the stroker crawl is going to be, if I need to take a chunk of the head off or what I need to do to it. So as you can see here too, it's got the bait screw lock. So like I said, I'll kind of hold it up there, be like, okay, so if I screw lock it in there, flip the jig down, see like if I really want a big profile like that, probably do, because I want plenty of room for these kickers to do what they need to. For the kickers to do what they need to do under the water. So now for the actual rigging process, so I'll kind of pull all your skirt away and kind of feather it out for the first time, especially if it's a new jig. And that way it's like just that screw lock and your hook. And then what I usually do, as I'm sure you've seen before, you take your bait, I'll kind of feed it right down through the middle and kind of keep going until it comes right out the tail. And kind of be careful to make sure that you don't stab yourself, obviously, when you're doing this. And then once it comes off the tail, I usually kind of push it down and around, and then really push it up and over the screw lock, and then kind of push that bait down, and then flip my jig back over. So now I have where the legs are barely hanging out there, still going to give that really good action on the water and be like a bigger, brighter profile swim jig, especially in like the dark murky waters that we got right now. Some like the rivers and stuff are pretty much like chocolate milk, so this would be a really bright color from the sea. And then same thing with the knot tying process that I use for the fluke. And I use this knot because I've tied this knot on literally all my baits. And I've got snagged on some pretty big logs and trees, and it's very seldom that I break off. Like usually my like if I'm throwing like a Texas rig, more than likely I'll lose like my worm and stuff, obviously, but it's very seldom that I'll lose like everything. Like these I can't really name this knot, but it holds just really, really, really good. It's probably one of the toughest knots I've ever figured out how to tie. Like I said, then I cinch it down all the way to the tip of the bait. Can't really see myself there, but all the way down the tip of the bait. And then just cut your tag in. And then you are ready to go do some fishing. So this is that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'll have a few more videos coming out on the channel here very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys next time.